You're all right. I had to make sure that you can hear me. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
All right, come out this. Get super light skin on it real quick. Anyway, welcome everybody to the We Got Questions. We serving up wine. We got a little bit of water right here on the side, just in case the wine is doing a little something, so I don't have to drink the water. You know,
What kind of wine are you drinking?
obviously Philadelphia Eagles time. You know, what I mean, it's that time.
We're here, guys. We're here. We're sorry.
We are here. We here. I promise. I promise. I am here. We got that.
Right. He need water for some. What kind of wine are you drinking?
How in the world did Mike Hennessy say anything to Mel? I never said nothing to Mel. What the hell? Anyway, so what's going on, y'all? Hey, y'all, welcome in. The comments is posted in. I am your boy Mike Hennessy, and I am joined here with
Basic. Hi, guys.
She's not the basic one. She just, it's just basic. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go Eagles, baby. Yes. I'm like peeking, like turn.
Is the game on right now?
He is about to be on.
I
get hyped for no reason at all. Just work with me here. All right. So, got a fun topic today.
Yeah.
Usually I let Miss Basic do that part. So, why kill the tradition when it's going so well?
Okay. Today's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an interesting one. And I want input from everyone who's in here. Today we're talking about sex positions.
Sex.
Why? For optimal pleasure and orgasm.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I looked up some, and I can't wait to show y'all some of the ones that I've looked up that people have suggested.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to share those with y'all. But also, I want to know everyone's personal favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what works, because I'm sure different things work for different people. And you know what's so funny? We were talking about this. I saw something on TikTok, and this guy, they have a podcast, but I think they also travel with their podcast. I'm sure you probably have seen it. But the guy, one of the hosts on there, was thanking women who know how to get theirs, and he was like, I want to thank the women who know how to tuck their leg behind the man to make sure that she gets. It's like, okay, all right.
Somebody funny for that one. Somebody definitely funny for that one. So,
but if someone is not hitting the spot that you need them to, or whatever angle or corner that you need them to hit, sometimes you might have to give a little direction.
Right.
So,
hey, look, I'll put it like this, right? And let's put it like this. We always think when you think of positions, it's always that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that there's the thing, but it's obviously supposed to be for both of y'all. So you kind of work with it works for both of y'all, right? So there's positions that women love that works for them, and then there's positions that men love that works for them. So y'all kind of collaborate on it.
True, but it is more complicated. I'll just say complicated for a woman to achieve an orgasm every time.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, and all of our bodies don't work the same. So while you might be doing the same, 1-2 punch for every woman, and it works for you because that's what you do and that's how you like it, for another woman, it might not work that way. She might not like that right there. She might need you to come at a different, angle. So you can't pull the same tricks out of your hat for everybody.
You can't. You really can't. Now, depending on how that trick hits.
No, I'm just saying everybody doesn't respond to the same trick.
Oh, no. All right, I get what you're saying now. I thought you were talking about. I'm talking about what gives you that. Oh, but I got.
That's what I'm talking about too. Not you can't think. It is naive to think that just because something has worked, that it's going to work on everyone.
It's not.
I think that
obviously, yeah, you're right.
And you might, because a lot of me might be thinking they doing the thing, they do this every time and they get a response every time. But this might not be what a woman, because also it's not just hitting a spot. It's also, right, Mel, personalize it. It's not just hitting a spot or doing a certain motion. Different people respond to different things.
Yeah, exactly. So with what you're talking about,
mm-hmm.
I had wrote down some little stuff on the piece of paper.
Okay, let's break out the paper.
I got a couple of questions. So for you and everybody that's watching, if y'all are down to come through, have this conversation with us, come have some fun with us and talk about it. If you up for it, if you ain't scared, come on through. Let's make sure we send y'all the link. Try to get y'all phone numbers and stuff so we can send the link to y'all. Come on through, come have some good conversation with us and talk about the things that work with you. Go ahead.
Also, I was going to say, make sure that you hit the like button, share us out, subscribe if you have not already.
Yes, send it to a person that needs to hear about these positions from both sides.
If you want to give somebody the hint or help them to figure out the correct position.
You didn't think about that one, did you?
Send them a quick little nudge, like a little gentle. It's like you like, hey, check this podcast out. But really, you saying you need to listen to this.
Get your ass up on here.
So you know what to do.
Hi, I have seen Miss Jade walk through the door. What's up, Jade? What's going on with you? So the question that I have, first question is, what was the sex position that gave you that first orgasm? That I'm talking about that first one. You was like, oh, okay, this is it right here.
It was definitely me on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For me personally, well, I had a child, so I can't even remember which actually what 100% was, but I know it probably was reverse cowgirl.
Wait, time out. Did you just say did you preface this with I have a child? So
I can't say that I didn't have an orgasm because I was about to say I don't remember having an orgasm, but I was like, wait, I have a child, so I had to actually have one. But I had a moment just now.
Wait, what?
It was a mild brain fart. So yeah, it was reverse cowgirl. I remember that.
That was your first exciting one, or the very first time?
The very first one. The most exciting one.
You was living it up on your very first one. You was doing it big for the first time. You was hitting up the reverse cowgirl.
Listen, things happen.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. Talk about it in the comments.
I said, wait, what?
Oh God.
Oh God.
Basically,
but no.
Hold on. I was going to tell you, refresh your thing and come back in. You're moving.
Okay.
Like you move weird. So y'all gonna have you for a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this.
Okay.
I'm trying to hurry up and get this shit out before she come back. All right, so look, when it happened, right, Mark, you gotta understand, it's not it's not that I didn't mean it that way. What I meant is like when it was oh shit, she came back too fast. All right, go ahead, y'all. So
wait, okay, right, no, okay. Right, run that back, Mike. What?
Run what back?
Are we trying to figure out how the first time was reverse cowgirl? Am I right, Marcus? Help me out.
The big one, the very big one was that one. Yeah, it was that one.
So okay, so just some for clarity for everybody. So like you had them before, but they were just like it was just yeah. I don't know how it works for men.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay, so how it works is like it's that one that happens where it's like like that that one, right?
Mm. Right. I was like, what's the kid?
No. Because so what I was referencing before, I was talking about not just having a nut. I'm talking about actually having like the big one, like the one that I can like definitively remember. Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Got it.
So that one was the very first one that I remember. Like, okay, that was crazy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mel said what the small ones before that. Yes, Mel. They were little ripples in the pond. I'm not having a seizure. Hey, you're about to do it again. I know you are.
What?
See the look on your face where you're like, it's fine. It's okay.
I was about to say it too, and I saw it.
I can tell when you're gonna do it.
No,
you have to look. And you'll be like, it's fine.
No. So, yeah. So basically, I don't know. It's just that one. That one was the one. So
okay.
But recent ones, those are like, I feel like I hit that old head nut. Where
what
it's
does
like
that even mean?
where you shut down when you're done, like you completely done.
Okay.
That motherfucker is deadly. That's one of those like you gonna pass out in the middle of it happening type of.
What position was that made you almost die?
It don't even matter. That's the bad part of it. But it works. Right now, you just focusing on breathing and concentrating.
And this is what I mean by it is so much easier for y'all, and y'all can be like, okay, I'm gonna do this little quick move right here, and I'm good.
No, it's not as simple as it sounds.
Do y'all
It's not like that. So,
did y'all see the thumbs up come up? Did y'all see that? Sorry, I had a little bubble that popped up on my screen and was like this. Yeah.
For what he's talking about?
No, it was up on my screen. If y'all didn't see, I'm sorry. It's just me. It's probably because of my iPhone. But a little bubble popped up on the screen, like it was a thought bubble.
Oh, nice. Yeah, iPhone does this thing now with the FaceTime. So it's weird.
Wait, you said you a musket now. Nah. You a whole Civil.
He said you old Civil War gun. What the?
You saw it, Mel? Okay.
So anyway, Mel said she's seen it. So I'm using the computer, so that's probably why.
Yeah. But okay. But that's what I mean. Like you don't for I'm not gonna say for all men because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it works that way with everybody. But I know for men it is a lot less complicated, and sometimes we need a little more attention to certain things to get us there.
Right. So I would say this, right? It's not that everything works. It's just that you're spending more time pleasing a person that everything is pleasing you. So it's like whatever position you want to find yourself finishing in is like the position that I'm gonna go with. I find myself finishing comfortably in this position right here. So
okay, right. So now I have a question for you. What is your go-to? I know this is gonna seal the deal position because remember, you are the man who said no woman has ever faked an orgasm with you.
No.
Wild. We're not going to go back there. Wild that you say this. However,
anybody who challenges me on it, you ask that person. That's how I look. Anyway,
no one's going to admit it. Number one, we don't go out saying, "Yep, we faked it that time." Nobody's going to do it, but also you would never know. We're just going to say this.
I guess. What? Anyway,
what is your go-to? The position that you know is going to seal the deal every time. Do you have one of those?
Missionary.
Okay.
Because I like what I see. That's the whole thing.
Not for you. I don't mean for you.
Both.
I mean, okay. So that's if we about to get it down to this. Hi, Giggles. If we about to do this.
Giggles. What's up?
This is the one this is gonna get us there. When I switch to missionary. So all the other positions are just like they're there for fun. They're like they're the appetizers and the entree missionary.
Right.
Okay. Any specific way, missionary? Or are you guys just like it's just standard missionary?
Not standard. It's just putting you in a position where it's like everything is working in that moment, and that she gotta be cute. Yes. Yes.
Right. He's thinking. See, that's why I asked this, Mel, because I feel like.
Yes, Mel, get it. I'm getting off of this.
But here, hold on. But hear me out. This is why I'm asking you this because I feel like aesthetically for you, this is your favorite. But I'm asking about for the woman. This is your go-to move for her optimum pleasure.
Mm-hmm. But it's also, but I'm not one of those people that just think this is what works for you. I'm actually thinking, okay, like I'll see what works within it. You know what I mean? Like you can ask questions within it all together. So if I'm up there on top of you and it actually and you're being pleased by it, I'm going to ask questions. I'm not the person that just want to assume because just the way I participated now, just a lot different. So
all right, but we're So, but specifically, we're talking about your go-to move. Is your go-to move like close up on her? Are her legs up on
Oh, you're talking
it's
about
like
it.
I'm trying to
All right.
figure out what the
It's this.
thing is that you're
Here
doing.
we go. You're making it visual. All right, go ahead. We can put people there. What was you drinking, y'all? Let me see your
This
cup.
is just
Let me see
juice.
your
I
cup.
knew better today.
All right, cool. Anyway, so
Right?
it's grabbing the ribs and basically just holding tight.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. See how you went up there? You was like, oh, grabbing the ribs. You see what I'm
Right.
talking
I was
about?
like, okay, I had to figure, okay. So I just wanted to see if there was a technique or if you just like, it's whatever, we just doing it, missionary. This is it.
Legs are usually in here.
Okay.
In here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like strong enough for me to hold it, or if you put your feet up here.
Thank you, Mel. Because I knew that with a topic like today, had I been drinking, there's no telling what I would say. So I wanted to make sure that I was clear. I had a clear mind. We ain't getting too crazy with it today. Giggle said, not the ribs. She prefers the hips. Okay, so let's just say this. Let's take this for an example. Let's say you're doing your move and you at her ribs and she ain't feeling it the way you think she's going to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
One, how do you know this? Because you always say that nobody ever fakes an orgasm. And two, are you going to switch it up and grab the hips?
So you just see, okay, what works for you? All right, what do you want me to do? I let up like that, so.
Right. Up. Do you see what Marcus just said? He said your ankles like rings. I cannot. I knew. You want to say it. What do you want to say? Go ahead. Let it out because you want to say it's fine. It's no. I feel like you want to be like, it's fine.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
You want me to say it? Oh.
No, I just knew you had that look on your face like you want to be like, it's fine, guys. It's fine.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not gonna say, oh, there go the thumbs up. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's decent. All right, so it's not that. So there's a difference between like holding that side and putting your hands in that side. What she said?
Mel wants to know what Marcus's favorite is. Me too. Marcus, what's your favorite? What is your go-to? I know I'm gonna get her there position.
What?
This is a safe space.
But did you? Well, you said I'm gonna get her there, or
yes.
Me? Oh, yes. So for me getting that person there, I want to do what they like. I'm gonna do the position that they like.
Mel said, why is Marcus not in the box?
Huh?
Mel said, why is Marcus not in the box? Because you know, Mel, he has some tricks up his sleeve.
Mm-hmm. But like I said,
but I mean, I'm asking like, because I know some men think that, or believe that they know what's gonna get a woman there. So I was wondering if you had a thing that you usually go to that if I do this, she is going to go like she ain't gonna be able to take it.
Yeah, it's pretty much missionary for me. So okay. I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
He said he has to do like 10 minutes of explaining things. But it's okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What's next on your piece of paper? Because I got.
Oh, I mean, well.
No, I want to.
It was actually the same thing. I have named the position that works for you. The same, the one that works for you with, like, basically the same question back to you. What is it that
works for me?
It
depends. So I'm going to say this. I don't think there's any one position, because I can have different people do the same position and I might not get there with some people and I do with others. I think the key is the angle. Like, first of all, the mood has to be set. You know what I mean? I have to be into it anyways. But you got to hit. I've had very few people. Some people, they just go on like, so let's just take doggy for instance, right? Not everybody's going to get you there with that. Is it one of my favorite positions? Absolutely. Do I enjoy it? Yes. Am I always going to have an orgasm off of it? No. Why are balloons coming up? we'll have to change this because it's like it's a celebration. What you talking about? Let's celebrate and throw some balloons up. The fact that balloons just came up when I was talking is wild. But it's an angle. It's you gotta hit a spot. And you gotta know what you're reaching for. And some people don't know what they're reaching for. They don't know how to be like, it all depends on height. It all depends on how you're positioning me. Like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm just posting no comments. Go ahead. So this
oh, not she about that. Listen.
What's a flicking move? What was
the flicking move though? I want to know what the flicking move was.
Joe, what's going on, sir?
Hi, Joe.
Welcome. One thing I learned being married for 16 years, foreplay is incredibly important. I'm thinking incredibly important to then transition the position. Yeah, that's my go-to. I have, it could be foreplay, but if you're sleepy, it's one thing. But for the most part.
Giggles, are you talking about a flicking of like the button?
Sure, yes. Only way I can describe it is as a flick. Okay.
Or was the motion that he was doing a flicking?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I got it. I get what you mean. Okay.
Was he trying to think. Is it just the head? Is it just the head? Like,
that's what we're doing. Probably so. That's what I imagined when she said it. It's the motion.
It's the motion. Okay. All right, I got what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's on you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for me, it's about somebody said it, like, it's about positioning me in the right position. Knowing if you know what you're trying, like, it's almost like some people can, I guess some guys can feel it. They know when they're hitting the right spot, and they also are responding to your body and how you're acting. So not only do they know when they're hitting that spot, like your G spot, but they also are responding to your body. So they put you in the position to find it and to get like that maximum, like if they can hear you and they feel you responding to it, and then that's what they know, they just continue to do that.
Okay. All right.
Not 1/4 was used to do this move. He only used 1/4 of it?
So I'm just pulling stuff out. That's all.
He only used 1/4?
1/4? What was the rest of the 3?
It was out. He was only using 1/4 of it. It was out. It's so funny because I looked up on women's health because I wanted to find something that was catered to women. What were they gave a list of the 20 best sex positions. It says like to reignite your relationship. Oh, it was long. Okay, so that fourth must have been like a couple of inches. Okay, here we go. The first position that they suggest, I don't know, can I show these? It's not a person, it's like stick figures. Can I show these, or do I need to just describe them? What do you think?
I'm
a little, I don't know if I should show them. Okay, but let's just say this one's called the wheelbarrow.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Those demonstration of what it actually looks like. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give y'all a quick little flash of what a wheelbarrow looks like. Do y'all see this? First things first. Let me just go ahead and say this. The moment you tell me
to walk on your hands,
to get on my hands, and you pick me up like a wheelbarrow, I'm like, sir, this is not PE. You already lost me. Because we're not doing recess games. This is not like field day, and we're gonna go like do the 3-legged race. Ain't no way. But they said the wheelbarrow is a position that we should try. I will not. If y'all want to try the wheelbarrow, more power to you. I feel like you have to be like somewhat athletically built also. Do the wheelbarrow, because one, he said not put that work in. No, first of all, my arms are going to be tired. I have to hold myself up. I'm old. I've got tendonitis in both of these wrists. Okay. The fact that I'm now focusing on not falling on my head.
What's going on, Rachel?
I don't even know the fact that I'm concentrating on not breaking my neck because I'm in the wheelchair position. And then if you drop me for any reason, I slip out of your
That is definitely for, you're right. It's definitely for upper body strength. Like, you got to be strong.
Right. Of course, they gave the OG doggy style because, like, who's not doing that one? Okay, here we got one. Y'all ready for this one? The X Factor. Here's the X Factor. Essentially, you're laying in an X position. Excuse me?
What was that?
Literally, it's an X.
What is that?
Now, I'm assuming, yes, the woman is on the bottom. The man is now laid across her diagonally. I'm not doing the X Factor either.
What's going on?
They said it's the missionary position with a twist.
No.
Literally.
You looking like a fucking helicopter on top of somebody.
We're not doing this.
No. That don't even buy a wedge. Mark said buy a wedge.
I can understand no, not for the wheelbarrow though. A wedge just to have a wedge to put me at an angle, yes. Oh, for the wheelbarrow, absolutely not. I'm gonna need. You know what I'm gonna need for the wheelbarrow? Wrist brace. I'm gonna need. That's what the X Factor looks like. I'm gonna need.
You should do the X Factor.
A wrist brace, and I'm also gonna need what's that? That chalk that gymnasts use. I'm gonna need some of that before I do the wheelbarrow. Okay.
I'm gonna need some fucking. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
We're not doing.
You definitely need to get ready. Like,
that's for petite people.
Like this.
Petite, agile people do the wheelbarrow, okay? Not me. I'm not in the wheelbarrow space, okay? The next one is the face off. It's this one, which is pretty traditional, you know. Okay.
Okay.
So I get that one because, you know, it's not only the angle, but it's also allowing you to rub up against the other person. I get it. The cowboy. Wait, the cowboy is trickier. Because at this point, okay, let me show y'all the cowboy. Can y'all see this? Hold on. Can y'all see the cowboy effectively? First of all, do you see where his legs are? So it looks like he's...
Okay.
Yes, it looks like he's sitting on her lap. I don't know how I feel about that either. Am I weird? Is it me?
Are you weird?
Yeah.
No.
The cowboy. I don't know why I don't think that would feel pleasurable.
I mean, I would think that it does, like, but it's. I mean, all these positions most likely work. So, you know, 1 second. Joe heard him. One thing my wife says, if her knees are not working today, the squat trying ain't going to be on the menu.
Listen,
true.
Like, if it's a rainy day, and my arthritis starts kicking in, don't ask me to get too special with it, okay? Don't ask me to do too much. Let it be the weather be good. Let's not let it be like a thunderstorm outside. Wait, hold on. Not the thumbs up again. Marcus said that one is wild, but it hits the oh, I get it. Okay. Tell her to get a queening chair. The queening chair. I forgot about the queening chair. But good tip. You see that, Joe? Y'all look into a queening chair, okay?
Yeah. All right, so everybody, y'all get a chance while we still talking. If y'all can press the X button for us, please, and go right to the.
Okay, they have one that's called the leapfrog. The leapfrog looks like doggy. I don't know what the difference is here with the leapfrog. The reverse cowgirl. There you go, Mike.
The who?
Reverse cowgirl for you.
Yeah. That's a long time ago.
The spread eagle, which, yes, always. Like, I didn't know we had names for this, but it's just basically like a man on top with the legs up, essentially.
Okay.
The belly down position.
My God, what's up, Dad Pad Gaming? How are you? We live on here. I sort of be gaming and I'm doing this.
Uh-oh.
What's going on with you,
we all were probably a fan of all women are probably a fan of the laying flat on the belly position.
Okay.
You ain't really paying me no attention, are you, Mike? You just like, okay, yeah, whatever.
No. I have to take the headphones off because I'm listening to you. I don't have headphones on, remember?
They got one called the Champagne Room. It's basically just what a stripper would be doing.
Let me see.
In the Champagne Room.
Hey, there you go.
Not the Champagne Room, man. It's called the Champagne Room. Ain't no way. The Couch Grind.
The who?
Oh,
look. I want to say this real quick before you show anything else. So when I was on one of my old shows, we did a tournament for the actual sex position itself, and what came out on top was between the missionary and this other weird doggy style position.
What was weird about it?
No. Because how everybody's talking about, like, that's a couch cookie. You damn Skippy. What's up, Mel? Welcome back. But that's my guy right there. That's my guy Greg, Dad Pad Gaming. Make sure everybody here. Y'all on Twitch right now. Make sure y'all give him a follow. That's my guy right there. But we did a tournament, and the end of the tournament was basically the missionary being the number one position out of all the positions and it was a panel of multiple people, even people
right.
with cats.
I get it, but that's because missionary can be done in so many different ways. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's
you can do missionary, but there's different
versions, variations.
You can position a woman's body in missionary.
Grabbing the ankles, like Marcus said, grabbing the thighs under the back of the ankle,
But also just how you position the woman. Like for me, or for if you like, I know like pushing the knees, like pushing women's knees up, or pushing like. It's so weird to talk about me doing it on me because it's not me doing it. But if you push a woman's knees up, like you're getting her body in the position for you to hit that spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it's still like you putting her in a different position.
Right. Missionary is the arm.
You're right. It is.
Stab your ass, get it right on with. Yes. Thank you, Mel. Thank you for that one. So. What was I saying? No, I was just saying with that tournament, that one, but like you said, there's so many different variations of it. But for it to end with a variation of the doggy style is like all of that works too, because there's so many different versions of that too. There's so many different versions of everything, but it's like for the most part, that's one of them. So
right.
Yeah. What is that? What is that, Marcus?
It's a horse galloping.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, what is it referencing?
I believe he was referencing Mel when she said using the ankles as reins.
Oh, okay. Do some women agree that a quickie is just as good as
it can be?
Yes, it really can.
It definitely can be, especially if it's like if you do have a good orgasm off of it. Absolutely, I'm not going to complain about it being quick.
Yeah, big time. Like I mean. I'm not really one for them, but it does happen. It definitely does happen for me. As I gotten older, it's gotten shorter in time. So.
Oh, hey everybody! There's a seated wheelbarrow, so he doesn't have to stand up.
Of that.
However, yes. I still got to be on the floor, holding myself up like I'm in a.
Let me ask you this: if you can pick, just. I know everybody is different, but just for fun, if you can pick a position that you would suggest to somebody because it works for you, like I know everybody's different, but because it works for you, what would you suggest that a position for someone to try?
That's a hard one. I'm gonna say if I'm gonna be specific with it, I definitely would say like if you're doing missionary, the knees pushed in because it raises up it raises you up a little bit. So it allows him to hit that spot. You know what I mean? Think about if somebody's pushing your knees up, how it lifts up your bottom just a little bit. You know what I mean? Or
go ahead, keep talking.
Or like, if I'm gonna suggest one, that's the one. It's not anything fancy. Like I'm not gonna listen. If I'm gonna suggest something, I'm not suggesting things like a wheelbarrow or the X Factor. I'm gonna do simple and effective what gets you there. But it's crazy because like I said, some people not everybody will try the same thing. But I think that with that one in particular, because of the positioning, I feel like it's more likely that you would hit the spot. Same thing as like putting a pillow up underneath the
Most
one.
definitely.
What are we talking?
No. I'm just reading the comments.
Oh, it takes time if she don't finish. I feel like so, but that's the key though. So what he's saying, I hate how he hates the quickie because a woman can take time. You're right. I think the only way a quickie is good is if she does get hers too, as a woman. So if I'm not going to get mine and it's a quickie and I'm not like, it's still pleasurable, but it's not optimum. But if it's a quickie and I get mine too, then I'm not going to complain. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. All right. So I would say, for me personally, what I feel like people should try is, I feel like standing doggy, like when you're standing off the side of it, like that works very well too because of how you can angle somebody.
True, I agree.
Because you can angle them down, you can actually come up more into it, not put too much stress on your knees, but actually lift up. She said the pretzel. So that move actually has a name. My cousin.
That's not called the pretzel.
My cousin Laval had named that move the pretzel. He named it. I don't do that no more. Like I'm too old, fat, so I can't do it physically. Can't do it. But it was called the Mike Master Lock.
Time out. Okay, first off, why were you in the pretzel? You're supposed to put the woman in the pretzel.
No, he calls it that for the person. He's saying that there is the master lock. He says I click my hands together like this and you're stuck.
But you said you don't do it anymore.
No, I can't do that. My stamp is at complete dog shit at this point now. I'm not.
You can't put a woman in a pretzel?
No, I can, but it's like.
No, I need you to elaborate.
I ain't got time for it no more. That's all.
What do you mean? You don't have time for it?
I'm tired from doing it.
I'm not understanding how you don't have time for it. It's for her.
It's for her. How I know it's for her? She might be like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Like, it might turn into one of them chicks.
She's like Mel and she want to be put up in a pretzel.
That's my favorite face-to-face. That's why I like missionary. Go ahead.
Face-to-face is always great. Somebody asked about using a pillow. Absolutely. He did say he was Civil War old. You're right. No, somebody asked about using a pillow. Does it help? Absolutely. Putting a pillow under a woman to prop her up.
I actually want to know about that more. Hips. I want to personally know about that more because I never do the pillow. I tried it, but I don't know if I'm doing it right.
If it's doggy, you want to lift her hips up more so you can angle. You can put it under her stomach.
Right.
If you want to put it under her back and just lift her hips up more so that you can like hit it at a certain angle. All that, like using a pillow helps to give you a certain vantage point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, cool. All right.
I forgot what I was getting ready to say.
I sent you something. Go ahead and watch that.
You sent it to me? Oh, Lord.
See, here we go. A lot of women can't go into a pretzel. I be hearing too many stories these days. Need more stretch.
True.
100% more stretch.
Right. A pillow is in the place of a wedge.
Right.
Where did you send it to, Mike?
On Instagram.
Okay.
I put it in your DM.
Okay.
Yeah, don't press me. I might have to go to the ER.
Right.
Yeah, pretzels ain't And what if they get stuck like that? Now they sitting there, leg cramped up, all that shit. Like we old now. Before you put somebody in the pretzel, you must drink water. There must be water. That's what I'm gonna say. There must be water.
Right.
If there's no water, you can get in a pretzel because I'm not going to jail because I put you in a pretzel and that's you fucking got a cramp that you can't get out of. You screaming and crying.
Just warn me ahead of time so I can know.
That's the video of really even came about this topic. Like,
yeah,
because I was like, oh, okay, I got to talk about this.
No, but he's talking about a lot of the same stuff that we were just saying about like leg positioning.
Mel says you better take an aspirin and drink that liquor. Mel, that's because Mel would get busy.
Not without a muscle cramp.
Exactly. I think stretching reflex needs to be a thing. Yeah.
Stretch like the Olympics.
Like literally, like that. What's that? I Ate a Tiger. You gotta do that song. Come on, nigga, let's go. Like
jogging in place.
That definitely needs to be a thing. Yeah. Unless you're a workout person, like that person. You're a workout person. The stretching, it's necessary, but it ain't much stretching. So, how are you? How are you enjoying the video so far, though?
No, I get what I don't have the sound up, but I get exactly what he's talking about. Pretty much the same thing we were talking about, like angles. The way you're positioning a woman's body has a lot to do with you hitting certain angles, and I think some people miss that completely. Like they think just get in there and do it. You know what I mean? In and out, get in there and do it. But hitting certain angles can change the whole thing. What do you think? What do you think? There's a significant gap in reported orgasms between straight men and women. 100%. I mean, I agree. Like, it is far harder for us to achieve an orgasm. Because men don't care for women to orgasm, Mel? Is that what you mean? For men, it doesn't take much. We might not always orgasm. We may not. And it takes a little more to get us there.
That's exactly what that is. A lot of people have sex with people you're attracted to more of their body and it actually don't,
Or you don't know enough to want to, or you don't care enough to want to take the time to figure out what this person needs,
right?
Or what this person might want, or what might help her get there. You know what I mean?
Right. People are too afraid to be vocal out of fear for sounding offensive.
Absolutely.
Facts. Yep.
Okay, Joe, let's see what you're talking about. Shower. So shower sex is pure fantasy because when I have experienced this with the wife, lubrication is all wet everywhere. Listen, we talked about this in another live about how shower sex scares me because I use lots of different conditioners and products in my hair, and my feet and your feet are not going to be able to grip that shower bottom enough to promise that we don't fall.
I think it was a continuation of his last question.
Lesbians report orgasm percentage rates that rival straight men's. I can see that because it's two women who are probably more in tune with what a woman might want. Also, there's a lot more clitoral stimulation too, but also because we're both women, we both know or have an idea of what we're looking for and what we might want, so we can give it to the other. Like we can give that to the other person.
Mm-hmm. You know? Porn lied to us with the shower.
Listen, definitely lied. Unless you're going into the shower with some Tim's on, don't do it. I'm just saying.
Coming that bitch looking like Mario and that motherfucker walking with them big ass boots on.
Looking like Bob the Builder going up in there with some Tim's on. Stay away from the shower.
Yeah.
Men use a lot of let's go back to what Mel said. We both posted at the same time. I feel like men use a lot of women as live sex dolls. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's like, let me get what I'm trying to get, and I'm just using your body for this purpose, but I'm not really focusing in on how to make you come.
Right. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, she was saying shower sex is cool, but not in tiny ass showers. True, but not in. I'm just not trying to fall. I just need to know. We need to have one of those.
Movies that joint look fire. Like the movies they having them all. I'm like, yo, ain't no soap sliding between your feet, and like you about to get the slipping. Like,
not with the stuff I use on my hair.
God is in the shower.
I'm just saying. if with the stuff that I use on my hair to condition my hair, we gonna slip and fall. And also I feel like it's a requirement that you have one of those glass doors to make it work too. Because if I pull my whole shower curtain down, then the whole floor wet, and then we both on the ground. Come on. I just see the catastrophe of it happening, like just the like, oh, this ain't gonna go well.
The shower is slippery as fuck, yo. I'm sorry. It's a slippery ass thing. Like you could picture yourself possibly falling. I literally I get scared just washing my own damn body regularly. Like, think I want to just hang somebody on the wall? Like, no.
Tell them to put me on the wall, but
first of all, you gotta let's be real. This is why another reason why the movies is fake. Your wall is probably cold as fuck, and you just gonna throw somebody right up against it real quick.
The wall is cold. The bottom of the floor is still slippery.
It's slippery, cold, and y'all both can fall. Come on now. It's a recipe for disaster.
That's why I asked for handicap rooms in hotels for a little bench. See, Chris, smart girl.
So I asked for handicap rooms at the hotels for a little bench. Hey. Break that motherfucker. Anyway,
now knowing your partner's likes with foreplay, being in tune with her body, erogenous cells brings it to true. That's why I like it's about knowing what works for your partner. Both of you knowing what works for the two of you, right? But like if a man and a woman care enough to know what works for their partner, it is much easier to achieve it, to get to that place where both of you will be satisfied.
Yes. Yeah, listen, we have the same exact thing. Well, that's a part of it, but that's me. It's a part of my thing. I'm a pleasure. I like to please. So it's like, if you don't do it, I'm going to probably keep going until you do it. Unless you personally can't have one, like, I'm going to keep going.
You just going to go until she dies?
If you got to sit on somebody's face until he dies, you won't have to sit there and take this shit until you die.
If she dies, she dies. I can't. That shower do be hot. You gotta sweat.
And then look, hot as hell with cold walls. I never understand it. The walls so cool. Thank you, Ramel. Yeah, you got communication during sex last week.
No, I think he's being sarcastic because no, I should be able to be like. Also, if you're paying attention, hopefully you know when you hit a spot. Or when a person likes something, like if you're really paying attention and not just focusing on, I'm just trying to get there for me.
Right.
If you're really paying attention, you can tell.
You can tell when somebody paying attention to your body. That's like Greg, you tell me if I'm on the same key with you with this. Like, the reason why I don't know, like you said, some people probably do fake. I have no clue. I have never been told that somebody, doing stuff. I haven't been told that, you really didn't give me one, or this didn't happen, or whatever the case is. For the most part, I feel like it does happen.
Right.
If I'm down there and you're trying to run, first of all, I already know you. Like if something happens, if I'm feeling all that warm shit starting to hit my chin and shit, now I know something happened. Something went down, right? Let me just
explain something, because I think your friend, what did you say his name was? Greg? Is that his name?
Correct. Yeah.
Greg was saying he was surprised that a woman can't have one. So here's the thing. I get it. I get why in theory you think it will be easy. There are women who spend most of their lives never achieving an orgasm.
Yeah. It
is not impossible. Like there are a lot of women who live most of their life not even realizing that they've never had one. It doesn't mean that sex is not enjoyable. It doesn't mean that we can't still get aroused. It doesn't mean that we cannot still get wet or respond to what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But having the actual orgasm, a lot of women don't experience that. Some women don't experience it for years. Some women, like, it takes a while. It's like an epiphany once they finally do experience one. Some women will not get it every time. Don't think that every time that you're with somebody, she's having an orgasm, because she's not. Like, it's not gonna happen every time. If it is, then great for her. But like for many women struggle to get to that place. It doesn't mean that we aren't enjoying it. It doesn't mean that we aren't aroused. It doesn't mean that our body won't respond. It doesn't mean we won't tremble or shake or say that we like it. but the actual orgasm, the actual feeling of that orgasm, that release, a lot of women don't experience it. I can say that for a majority of a lot of my sexual experiences, I didn't have one. Did it mean I didn't like sex? No, but I didn't have one. And it took me a while, especially when I was younger, to realize that it wasn't that I was broken like a lot of women don't. And we have to figure out how we can get to that place, or what it takes, or what might be the thing that might trigger it for us. Because not every woman is going to have one.
Right.
So only 18%.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, responding to Marcus saying only 18% of straight women report orgasm through penetration. True. Exactly. Like most women, and it's not, even if you think you're going down on a woman and you say, okay, well, if that doesn't work, then this will work. We might not experience it that way either. Like, because sometimes people don't know, like some women like it differently. Some women want a little more pressure. Some women want a little more soft. Like it is not a guaranteed thing that's going to happen every single time.
That's why you communicate with it. That's why I talk. I make sure that, if this working, what did you, some people tell you, oh, do this. And then listen, you listen and you do it. If that's what they feel like is actually happening in this moment, that they're getting closer to something, maybe you should do that, because that's pretty much, you're obviously she's heading towards something.
Right. Do you think those women who never had one is more mental than physical? No. I mean, I think it can be a combination of the two things. I think there's one thing about knowing your body and knowing what it will take for you to get there, knowing where your G-spot is. I think a lot of it can also be mental too. If you're in your head about it, if you're thinking too much about it, if you're not focusing on the feeling as opposed to the action. But I think sometimes those kinds of things happen over time. Because you may be focusing too much on trying to achieve it or trying to get there. Or like for me, I've even told people that sometimes it's about distraction. Like if I have too much time to think during the act, it is going to be harder for me to have an orgasm because I'm not focusing now on the feeling, and I'm thinking more than I'm feeling. Right. But I do think that I think it's a combination of the two things. Like if I don't know what my body responds to, if I don't even know what my body likes, and some women just aren't experienced enough to know, or they don't know they might know how to achieve it for themselves. You know what I mean? It's the same thing as a woman who can masturbate and can make herself have an orgasm, but in penetrative sex, she cannot achieve it. You know what I mean? Right. So sometimes it's about like not knowing your body in that way to know how to get you there. Sometimes it's just hard. It's unfortunate. Like women wish that they could be able to orgasm as much and as steadily as men.
No, keep going.
No, I was looking at what you had posted.
She said that she didn't have her first orgasm until 8 years after she lost her virginity. Said she felt like realized.
And we wouldn't even know. So it's not like there's a mental thing that's saying, oh, we can't. We just don't know because we haven't had it. We haven't experienced it yet.
Trying to be funny, but I never.
That's so true. Like I think that's half the battle. I think I went through a period of time saying that I didn't even need for a man to go down on me because it wasn't even worth it. Like it just wasn't, there was no point. If you don't care about what feels good to me while you're down there, then right now we're just like, it's a space filler, honestly. If you're not paying attention to what I respond to, if you don't care about what feels pleasurable to me, where I might want you to go, where I might want you to touch, if you don't care about that and you're just doing it because that's what you're supposed to do, then I didn't need it. It was one of those things I was like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I don't need it to happen because it really is not doing anything for me. I went through like a period of time where it's just like, I don't have to. It's fine.
I don't know what they like because men get theirs and stuff. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, no matter what man is on here, none of us knew what to do when we were younger. We never knew to do that, like now, but back then you didn't know.
Right. Let's see, what's Joe's question? I was looking at Joe's question. Do you feel it goes both ways because we as men like to be focused on our spots? I think in part, maybe. I think that men know what works for them, right? They know what works for them and what feels good to them. And so, of course, like not always selfishly, but sometimes that's what you go to. If you know that works for you and it feels good to you, then you're not even thinking that, oh, this might not feel good to her. And that's why I was asking Mike, like, the difference between when we were talking about your go-to move. Is it your go-to move because that's what works for you? Or is it your go-to move because that's what works for women? Because I think that sometimes, because it feels so pleasurable to you, and not that you are trying to be selfish, but it feels good, right? It feels good. You're in the moment and you know that that's what's going to get you there. But it can be easily missed that the woman might not be as into it as the man, or it may be a spot or a position that works really well for a man, but it's not hitting that spot for a woman. A lot of times it's the aesthetics of it for a man, like just watching her body move that can get you there. But while you're wrapped up in that and in the eroticism of all of that, she's trying to get you to hit a spot or to focus on a thing, or to do a certain thing, or maybe you're almost there, but not quite there. I've had, I hate this story. Every time I think about it, it makes me so frustrated. I was dating someone and I remember, we were having sex. We were missionary, and I was about to have an orgasm, and he stopped and said, "Are you about to come?" And when I tell you, I wanted to like throat punch him, because how dare you get me to this? Like, you got me to a place, and then you stopped to ask me a question, and now you got to get me back there again because you were amused. Like, you were amused by the fact that you hadn't seen that look on my face, so you stopped mid-stroke to ask me a question, and now I have to get back there, and now I'm distracted and I don't even know if I can get back there again. How disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, and he didn't even think anything of it, and I was so, for the remainder of the night, angry, just frustrated, because for you to get me there and for us to get to that place, and I feel it, and you stop and ask me because you can see, what is that?
Right.
Honestly, I got so much action in high school and young adulthood because I was making them orgasm. Then, two, there was a word of mouth and they were throwing it at me. Well,
just the man.
Kudos to you, sir.
Also,
go ahead.
Enjoy pleasing themselves, have some issues really getting pleased, I think she's trying to say pleasing others properly. I think that because I masturbated early in my life, it was hard for me to enjoy sex the right way. Because I was used to pleasing myself.
Yeah.
So I just felt as though it felt good, but I didn't know. I didn't have. It's gonna sound bad. I didn't have a proper orgasm until my probably 20, 21, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I didn't know how, because I knew how to do it for me, but I knew how to. That's probably why I felt like I was having sex for a long period of time. I felt like I was enjoying it, but was this for you for the most part?
Right. I think for women specifically, sometimes us being able to please ourselves has a lot to do with us being more in tune with our own body and knowing what it takes to please our body, please us, right? Because not all of us are the same. So if we take the time to explore those things, then we may be able to better communicate in sex with our partner what it is that we like. But if we don't even know those things, then we can't communicate those things. You know what I mean? And we can't, if you don't know what you like, then you don't know what it's going to take to get you there. I think that's kind of like, I think that maybe for men and women, it works differently, because for us, we have to, I think, have just a better knowledge of our own selves and because we are each individually, like, everything that might work for me might work for the next person. Some women, they might be way more sensitive to certain things than other women, but we have to figure out what those things are for ourselves. And so if we're shy to even touch our own bodies, how are we able to communicate to another person what it's going to take for us to get there? I also think that, like, for all it's worth, like porn ruined it in a lot of ways because people think that porn is the way that it's supposed to work.
Right.
And that what you see is like, that's it. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Do this. This dude, like, it's like they think that that's like the playbook. And really, that's not how it goes down all the time. Like, you can watch that too much and then think, oh, I'm supposed to do like this and move like this. And this is going to be like a guaranteed. And that's just not how it works all the time.
No, not at all. Hold up. So communication is key, as it's okay and not embarrassing to let your partner know that does not feel good. Try it this way. Learn from each other. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You know.
I remember the first time I asked my wife what she liked in bed. She'd never been asked and she didn't know. I have been through that before. I think there was a period of time where I didn't know what I liked. And not because I wasn't, I'll just say for me, I hadn't had as many sexual experiences to know what I liked. And because it was so few and far between for me, I just didn't like, I didn't know what felt good to me. I knew what sex felt like, but I just didn't know what would get me there, what felt good to me, or what was the thing that stood out above other things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We live in a society that shames women's sexual autonomy. True. Very true. It's such an uphill battle to discover, explore, and express. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why, and me personally, I feel like, you know, as a person who understands it, as long as you keep expressing it, maybe people can latch onto it. That's just how I look at it. Like, the more and more we talk about it, the more and more people should be able to latch onto the conversation and be able to be willing to change how they approach things, you know, something like that. So, like I said, I have people that I talk to about certain things every day. Like, I'm actually, you know, I don't really have certain conversations with people no more, but at the same time, it's like once you start talking about stuff, like I start hearing people talk about, well, I don't care, I'm just trying to, you know, just trying to get mine off. I'm just trying to, and just like, I don't know how you get how that pleases you because you're not satisfied. I actually think that's a sign of depression to me.
Right. Okay, hold on. She said someone was, oh, go ahead. Reality, they opening up towards the camera for exactly. It's pretend. It's all fake. Someone I was with was doing his go-to position and that she did not feel right. It hurt and I had to stop. I dated a man who I'll just say he used to do this thing. I don't know. I don't even know why he did it, but it would be like every time I started to get into it, he would do one really hard thrust and stop. And I'm like, what is this? What? And when I tell you it wasn't like one time, it like that was his motion. It's like, okay, as soon as I hear her starting to really get into it, kill me. Ow, what? Why are we doing this? Who told you to do this? And why do you
like a barbarian or something? Like,
it was like as soon as he heard me start to really get into it, he would just like give me one really hard, and I was like every single and he did it every time, and we had to have a talk about it because he was a person who liked to talk about things, and that was one beautiful thing about him is that he didn't mind asking me questions, and we had a very honest question about conversation about why I felt like I couldn't always have an orgasm. And I talked to him about that in particular. Like, it's about like sometimes when I'm getting there, you do this thing where you hit real hard and you stop. And then I'm like, ow. And then I gotta now you've broken the rhythm one of me getting there with this crazy like gut punch. And then now I have to work back up to it again. And then also it was just kind of like I said, sometimes, that I feel like I have too much space to think. I think that's when I first realized that the whole thinking thing with if I have time during sex to think about how long has this been?
Pull up these comments. Go ahead.
Okay, how long has this been? Or am I in the right position? Or am I like if I have time to have a self-dialogue in my mind, then I'm now not focusing on the way that it feels to me. and there was too much space in our in time we were having sex, where I was having too much internal dialogue and I was no longer focused on the feeling. I was up in my head the whole time. But luckily those were conversations that he wanted to have. That he
did want to have it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as he was cool with the conversation, that's what mattered.
Yeah.
So I know you have to have a cool ass lesbian friend.
Wait.
Kitty. When she indicates she's feeling it, consistency is key. Oh, no. Right there. That's what I wanted to say to you, Basic. I'm gonna get. I want to get to Kristen and a couple other people that's commenting. If that's the ego that kicked in with him, he had an ego at that point. At that point, he was like, "Oh, I'm doing it. Let me go harder." And it's like all you had to do was stay where you was at.
Right.
Obviously, that's the sign that's showing you this is working.
Yeah.
Keep doing this thing.
He was like, okay, I'm doing it. Kill her. Please don't, because you're actually killing me.
Right.
Oh, man. We need more women to let us know the truth. You are helping the next partner, as this man could be ruining. I hope. I hope that
right, Joe. 100%.
I appreciated the fact that he wanted to have that conversation with me. I think a lot of people don't ask those questions.
Why would you be thinking about groceries?
Right. Listen, but she's got a point. If you have time during sex to think about, did I lock the door?
I got it now.
Did I lock the door? I don't have ADHD, but for me personally, as a woman, if I have time to think about other things while we're in the act, then I'm not focusing on the way this feels. Right. And I feel like that's like a disconnect. And I think it might be a disconnect for a lot of women. Like if I have time to put my brain on, did I lock the door? And not on, oh my God, this feels so good, then I'm not focusing on the feeling that I'm having. You know what I mean? Or if I have also there's a thing about also not just relaxing into it and letting your body feel it and being tense within it. You know what I mean? There has to be a certain level of comfort too. I feel like I don't feel like it's talked about enough, that part of a woman being comfortable enough to really let go and let herself be able to have an orgasm or even to enjoy sex is feeling a level of safety with her partner. And I'm not necessarily meaning in all contexts. I feel like sex is better if I feel safe with the person that I'm with.
Right.
And not like they're gonna hurt me, but I feel I'm in a safe space. You know what I mean? I don't feel tense. I don't feel uncomfortable. And I don't think people talk about that enough. You know what I mean? Sex is better when you are with someone who makes you feel comfortable and you know that they are going to care for your body in a certain type of way.
Right. If you not glitching like Spider-Man Into the Universe, then you ain't doing it right. You need to be glitching like that, going through different fucking up cities, you need to be
not
straight lagging. If you ain't lagging, you ain't doing nothing right.
Oh my gosh.
I need lag. I need lag. Yes, glitching. Yeah, I need lag. That's all pretty big on foreplay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do things. Foreplay, kissing, hugging, loving, talking.
Making a woman also just feel comfortable in the space that she's in is so important.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah.
Not the whispering sweet nothings.
I want to pet it and pet
it. Oh man. Some people don't know though. I remember having one guy went down on me and I remember saying audibly, ow, 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 because he was killing. Some people are so
I hear ow, it's cut off immediately. Hey,
he didn't even know. I literally had to push him off me because he thought the ow was ooh, she's loving it. No, I'm literally saying, ow, my nigga, you killing me. You're hurting me. This is not it. The fact that I just said ow several times and you're still down there, and then I have to push you off for you to I'm not pushing you off in oh, I can't take it, please. No, I'm pushing you off and you're hurting me and I need you to stop.
Yeah,
because of that, nothing happened. because I already didn't feel comfortable with him.
Mm-hmm.
If you hurt me that way, nah, no.
I was crazy. All the women is saying the same thing. Ow,
Yes.
it's crazy. You're
Literally
not doing,
an ow.
you're not, it's not good if somebody's saying ow. If they say ow, you need to stop.
Ow is not ooh. Ow is not ooh. It isn't. It's ow. Ow, ow, ow.
You know what ow means.
You're hurting me, right?
Yeah. You know what ow means. Like,
yeah.
So get pinched. That's when you say ow.
Right. And he literally did not recognize that as a sign that he needed to stop. He just kept going. And because I had to then push him off me, I don't think he got it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Because this is not like, if you can, not the thumbs up again. If I can say ow and you will continue going, now I don't even want to do this at all. I want to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that didn't even.
Okay. Our Eagles just scored a touchdown, so you know.
That's all Mike needs is for the Eagles to
it's
score
like
a touchdown. I'm sad.
That's it, do that.
Only capable of one orgasm. The thing I miss about single life is double, triple orgasms. What do you mean? I think, but I think that's coming from a space of ego. I think that was pleasurable to you.
Yeah.
But you're missing the fact that one orgasm that she can have is amazing for her.
Right.
And so it should, in fact, be amazing for you.
Big time.
I think it's unfortunate.
Get a
second wife. I think it's unfortunate that that's the part that makes you sad about, that makes you miss single life because you want that. I mean, I get how that could be exciting. But at the same time, like, if you can get her there, like, enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big time. I had a guy who went down and just had too much teeth. Motherfucker down there with the veneers in his mouth, chomping away and shit.
No,
and I can't take the moment to educate him, but I was irritated. Like, just thought I was young. No, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. You could have took time, but you did the other thing that makes sense too. Nigga, stop, bro. Just stop. You over there fucking Pac-Man and shit, and munching like with teeth. Like,
right. That's what I did. Nope. We're out.
Donkey teeth your shit off. Like, no.
I get it. I understand that part.
Yeah, that's understood. Because it's like, it's just Greg, you must be a pleaser. That's basically what it is. He's a pleaser. He likes to please his lady. He's his partner. Like, so yeah. All right, you got more questions for me? Bring it. Ready.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Chewing is crazy. Chewing is wild.
Mm-hmm. Taking a bite out of crime down in the yams and shit. You gotta take care of that, man. You gotta take care of the yams, man.
You said taking a bite out of crime.
I'm serious, you can't just sit there biting it. It's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
Chewing in the lips is crazy, though. I can't say the clip because if you're chewing, you don't know what. Listen.
Yeah, you damn sure don't, because that shit will hurt. They don't know. The clit is a little, that's the penis.
Just don't use your teeth. Please. Some people might be into that, though. Some people might like little teeth. Some people like a nibble or a bite. I don't. Don't chew it.
Mm-mm. We already talked about that nibble biting shit. Like, listen, I don't mind it. It's just like, you need to really watch what you're doing when you're biting that shit. Because I'm gonna kind of give you that look like, nigga, you bite that shit a little bit harder. I'm gonna give you the tight lip like y'all talked about me last week and shit.
Tight lip, yeah.
Tight lip get mad at you.
Oh man.
I'm so serious, man. Do not do that. Like, that's just not fair. Like, don't do shit like that.
No.
Makes me want to punch you.
Don't. So we've learned a couple things. Don't let, if a woman says ow, that is not ooh.
If it's an owl, you need to get up and back down, brother.
No.
It ain't what you think it is anymore.
Have you ever had a conversation with a woman beforehand where you asked, because I think someone said that they asked their wife what they like. I think it might have been Greg. And she said no one had ever asked that before. Or even had that question. Have you ever had that kind of conversation with a woman about what she likes beforehand or even after? Like, have you ever thought to ask the question, like, what is it that you like?
I think I talk about that during the dating stage. When I'm first getting to know someone, and then I reinsure it later on once it actually is about to happen, because please, at the end of the day, I need to know what works for you. I'm not going into there thinking like this is what I do with my dick. I just don't do it. I don't go in thinking like that. I go in there thinking what works for you. How was your experiences in life? What did you do? What was it that made you have these things?
Right.
Like those are the things that was more interesting for me.
Yeah.
So I do have the conversation. I do talk about it and learn, what positions work for you? What's this? What's that? Because I've learned people have favorite positions. That's why, like, even when we were talking about the stuff earlier, even though I was just answering a question, like, I know a lot of people said they don't have the, I know, right? Even though they don't have a go-to position, I don't have a go-to thing. I have a thing that I like, but I just picked it just for the sake of the conversation. But I find out what you like. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've had, like, switch around. No, I like when you do this. Do this. And then when I'm told that, I proceed, because let's be honest, it's a privilege to have sex with a woman. It is.
Right.
To actually, like, of course you're going to possibly get it in your life, but like it's a privilege to have sex with a woman because they're allowing you to do something with them, that is special, obviously. So if you have the chance to do something with a person that is allowing you to please them the right way, and especially the way that works for both of y'all in the, in the women, like if it works for you, it works for you this way. If it works for her, it works for her that way. It's the collaboration of sex. But if y'all have the pleasure of a woman following everything that y'all do, I don't know, I just feel like it makes it better.
Yeah.
It's so much better for me when I'm following what you like.
Yeah.
Follow what you like. It works so well for me.
Right.
Because I like the fact
because you know that she's getting pleasure from, like, just the knowledge that she is being gratified.
Exactly.
Is hitting a trigger for you that might not necessarily be like tangible or physical, but it still arouses you to know that you are pleasing the woman that you're with.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, what about like the conversation that if you had a conversation like the one that I had with one of my exes where we talked about certain things and it wasn't like necessarily the prettiest conversation, would that be hard for you? Like, would that be hard for you to, or for most men, do you think it's hard, like, to have those kind of conversations and for a woman to be like, this is not it, and I need you to not do this, and this isn't working? Because I feel like that could be, I get that ego can play, it can be hard to hear that this thing that you think that you're doing, that you think that I should be loving, ain't it?
Yes, because that's one thing I wanted to say. I was waiting for somebody to mention that for men to even have I feel like you got men who nut or whatever the kids. I don't know. It's just me. I know scientifically it's probably the same, but for me, I feel like there's a difference between having nothing and having an orgasm. Like I've had one, like I said, I've had that explosive one where I felt lightheaded and almost passed the fuck out. And then I had the one that was just like, I'm done. I'm done just in that moment, so I know the difference between the two. That one, I felt as though my breathing was a certain way. I was like on deep, you don't watch anime. I'm about to go some geek shit, but some people in here watch anime. I feel like I'm a demon slayer. I gotta get my breathing techniques down. You know what I mean? Like, I need to do this fire breathing technique, like hold it, suck it in, think, concentrate, let it out. That's what I feel like is happening. So, like, I feel like men don't do that. They don't know how to do that. The ones that don't know how to please their woman properly.
Right. But I think he was also like referring to if a woman's breathing patterns change.
Yeah, women too.
I think, which is true. I think I've noticed for myself, it can go from regular, the deeper that my voice gets is when I know that, okay, all right, something's happening here. Like, it's almost like I can't control it.
It's definitely water breathing.
It's the feeling of it, and it's like my voice is now the moans that you hear are not these little light cute moans. It's a much deeper, like earthier kind of thing that's coming from the fact that you've hit a spot. Like, now we're here.
No,
but if you don't recognize that, like if you don't hear that and you automatically stop or switch it up or do something crazy,
right,
that's the crazy part to me.
Right. All right. So look, real quick before we continue on or whatever, if anybody would like to come up, let us know. I will send it to you. Marcus, Greg, I know that you probably in the house with the family and stuff like that, but if you got some time and you want to come through, you definitely can come up. I'll send you the link. Come on through. And
Greg is right. It comes from the diaphragm. He's right.
Yeah, it comes from the diaphragm, yes. In my head, sex is like a symphony. Y'all should be conducting based on the energy you bring out of each other, discovering and listening to reactions and watching faces flowing. Yes, it's music to me. It's music. I make music, so it's like people. I make music, and I love R&B music. R&B music. I create R&B music out of how I'm feeling sexually, how I think someone is feeling, how I'm feeling, personally. Like I create a lot of that stuff around that. So it's like, of course, I have I can understand what she's saying big time.
Mm-hmm. True.
All right, so let me see. I'm gonna send this just in case. Next, I'm gonna come up here.
Not Greg said he's mad his wife is in Legacy to show her something. Not to show her you got a trick up your sleeve.
And you know what? I'm happy to assist.
Have we talked about size? Not in this one.
So size with the position? Not in this one. Why did you say it like that? Now I'm thinking about it. Not in this one.
Because we did have a podcast where we talked about size.
Yeah.
Listen, we have not, but I mentioned that size does matter, but I'm sure like in different ways.
I mean, okay.
In different ways, I think size matters. And you're right, as it relates. Jesus, let me tell you something. I think I had said before, too big is not always pleasurable. Big can be painful, especially in certain positions. That's another one of those ow kind of moments. Like if you are a larger man, size-wise, you have to also be attentive to the way you're positioning a woman also. And also the amount of thrust and force as well. Because I don't want to hurt. There's a difference between good pain and bad pain.
Can't go home not loving you.
You might be hitting a spot, but it might be a spot that like is killing me.
Right. I'm sending it to people.
he said that in response to jumping on, that he's too hitting the bottom can be dangerous. Gotta be thank you. You do have to be attentive.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
You 100% have to be attentive, because if you're not, then you could definitely, it may not be that you maybe have passed the pleasure point and now you're in a realm of pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's another thing about, in my mind, it's another thing about like feeling safe with your partner. And when I say that, I mean that in the terms of knowing that your partner is going to take care of your body and pay attention to you. And not be so into the motion and the action that they're now you're tensed up and you're more afraid of being like, oh, this might hurt, then I can relax into the pleasure of it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think people even think about that part. Like, to me, if I know that you're going to pay attention and take care of my body and not hurt me,
right.
And sometimes in the very literal sense, The balloons. Why the balloons?
All these things. Like, how's that
But,
work?
but why now?
Well, why is it happening? Was my question.
Right. Why is it happening? Why is the balloons happening for me right now? But like, it's all about feeling like it's about, I need to, in order for my body to relax into the motion of it, I need to know that you're not going to jab until you hurt me. You know what I mean? I need to know that you care enough about me and my enjoyment and my pleasure that I can feel safe enough to relax into this and just enjoy it.
Right.
But if you stabbing and jabbing, nah.
Stabbing and jabbing.
Nah, no stabbing and jabbing over here.
Mm-hmm. Jabbing like they used to.
Chris, I don't know what's happening. I think like there are certain motions that I can make, and my phone assumes that it's giving me.
Oh, yeah, your phone. So the iPhone updated.
Yeah.
Now, like when you're on FaceTime, I think my daughter was showing me something. She said if you throw your thumb up like that, it will do something.
I was doing certain hand motions. That's when like the bubble would pop up. Yeah. And I don't know what I did to make like the balloons pop up, but at some point balloons just came up like it was a celebration, and I don't know why. Because I wasn't celebrating being stabbed and jabbed.
The breathing in hips will tell you all you need to know as a man. Yeah, pretty much.
She said jail in response to stabbing and jabbing. Immediately go to jail. Stabbing and jabbing is no. So we've learned a couple things. No stabbing and jabbing. Ow is not ooh. Why are we all so dabbing?
Yeah, dab like they used to.
Oh my gosh.
I'm old as fuck for saying that.
I'm older than you. That's the crazy part.
So I would say, do you think is when it comes to educating, I guess, on sex position itself, like, do you feel like, just a question, do you feel like women should more or less direct that? Or do you feel like it's a collaboration of both? Or
it's collaborative. Okay. He said lock them up. I think absolutely lock them up. I think it's collaborative. I think some men may have had enough experiences or talked to women or had those conversations with women where they understand a woman's body. And sometimes in a way that a woman might not even understand her own body if she hasn't had the opportunity to really learn herself. Right. But I think it's something that it has to be a continuous, ongoing conversation amongst both. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be just like women teach men and men teach women. Like, sometimes it might be hard for me to explain the thing that I like. You know what I mean? But I think that if we have the conversation together and both and just continuously talk about the things or even like express it. But I also think it's very individual to each person. Like, it's not one size fits all. So you might think you have the manual to what works for women, but that might not be the thing that works for me. It might be a guide, but it might not be pinpoint on the head exactly what you're supposed to do in order to make me have an orgasm. You know what I mean? A person can guide you and tell you what might be the most optimum ways to please a woman, but you can't go into it thinking that same thing works for every woman.
Yeah.
That's why the communication has to be had. That's why it takes personalizing it for every person. That's why you want to pay attention to your partner. That's why you might want to ask them what they enjoyed about it or what they didn't enjoy or what you could do better or even tell them what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and what you enjoy.
All right. Mm-hmm. Every vagina isn't even mounted in the same position.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. So I feel like it's a very personalized thing that you have to like be willing to ask the questions. Or just to pay attention. Like, you may have a guide and be able to understand. I think half the battle for me, the best lovers are the people who pay attention. They may not have like.
I got you, sir. Welcome, comment. That's my guy.
Hello.
That's my guy.
They
Welcome
may
to
not know, like, it might not be like a
enjoy the
guidebook for
conversation.
this thing does this or plug and play. But the best lovers are the ones that pay attention to the individual that they're with,
Okay.
to me.
Okay.
So I feel like it just depends. Like some men you'll hear say, oh, no woman has ever complained and I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that makes me feel a little more iffy. But if you're a man who seems like you're attentive to a woman's body and her needs and you want to please her and understand her, I think that you might be better than the man who's out here saying, oh, you can't, I know what I'm doing. Because right now you're talking about a formula that you think that you're supposed to do and that makes all the girls go crazy. I don't care nothing about that formula. I care about how you pay attention to what works for me, you know?
So that I think that's more or less like for most of the people that's in here do understand it, and then you have situations like Marcus where it's beyond just male female, like it's more
Right.
children now. So it's like as long as you understand like this is how you control, y'all collaborate on sex, whether it's in all the positions, because I want to stay consistent with the conversation. All the positions that you're trying to do, like you have to pay attention to everything. And then while you're in there, I feel like I know a lot of women like aggressive men and stuff like that. It works for some, most people in their way, but it's like I do feel like women probably should lead on that and let me know what you like.
Right.
Yeah.
I think as women, we shouldn't be afraid to voice what we like.
Yeah.
That's when we're very little talking is needed. Right. The one that pays attention and he don't really got to do all that talk.
The freak ball. Freak ball?
That's the one.
Gotta kiss the kitty and look at her in the eye. That's the first step. Gotta freestyle from there. Hey, look.
Mm-hmm. What is that response to, Marcus? What's the vocal?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You saying everything so elegantly well. I'm checking off my list of things that I've already asked you. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Because dudes are violent when they feel their ego is getting checked. True.
I want to have fun with it because dudes are violent when they get. Yeah, they act stupid. Men getting their little feels about everything.
That's why I asked the question about having the conversation that doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. Mm-hmm. Like surprisingly, for me, it was a big deal for him to ask me and to really want to know what it was that I didn't like. You know what I mean? Like for him to honestly really want to know and to not take it as offense.
Right.
Like to me, that meant way more than, him just continuously, or the fact that he asked me and he actually wanted to know what it was that I didn't like. See, Greg, you trying to
Greg is in heat. It's correct. No. Greg, you my guy. Tell your wife it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Greg said he know the moves.
It's not our fault. What's about to happen? When she come home, you be like, yeah. So
right.
I'll talk to you about something. Right. But here goes a fun one. Give an overrated position. Extremely overrated one.
An overrated one. Dang. I don't know if I can think of one that's overrated. I don't know if I can name one that I think is overrated. He said he has too many sisters and homegirls to have ego issue. That's a good thing then.
Lance, I know. I'm peeking at it too. I keep turning and looking. They're getting it in, brother.
Oh my God.
But our ticket need to hit, man. Our ticket need to hit. I'm mad. This is why I want to do this shit earlier. But go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I don't know if there's an overrated one. I'm not an overrated position. I think that it just depends on how you do it. You know what I mean? I think that if missionary is not exciting and if they're not doing it in a way that is pleasurable to you, then that in the moment can be overrated. Like you can be like, I'm tired of doing missionary. Why? Because they are not putting you in the position that you need to be put in for you to enjoy it, right? So you'd be like, I'm tired of doing this. We do this position every time. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Or doggy might get to the point where you're just like, okay, all right, can we just get this over with? Why? Because again, the positioning is not right and you're not hitting a spot that you need to hit. So I think any position has the opportunity to be overrated.
Could that be lack of dick?
It could be, it could be, or it's just lack of attention. Like if you don't know how to put me in a position for me to get or find the positions for me to get the right amount of pleasure, then I might not enjoy this. I'm just here laying here now.
Listen, I'll put it like this: you gotta pay attention to it. If you know it's working, it's working. Look, we got it. Arch that back. Arch that back.
Oh, Ray said she's gonna say doggy style's overrated. Sis, not if it's done right.
I mean, hey, I think you know what it is.
If it's done right, though.
This is my personal opinion about it. I think when women got big asses, every man wants to hit from the back. And not everybody is good with doing that. They just want to see the shit.
True.
You live in so many different fantasies for yourself that you just think that you're just doing something, and it does make it overrated. Like, I don't want to sit here and have an ego thing like you gotta do it this way. Like, nah, you just had to find out when it actually happened. So, oh God. You can read it. I'm not reading it.
He said the real question is, Mike, you ever get put on your back and have your legs get put in the air? Oh, Mike. Mike, what's the answer? Yes. Did anybody ever Lunette the clown you?
No.
Mike's like, all right, buddy, let's start this. Oh God, I can't.
I never got put on my back. No one has ever tossed my legs in the air. I have said this in the previous podcasts before. I'm 6'7". You're not flinging my long ass legs in the air. It just don't feel right to me. I don't know.
What would you do if someone
tell me I'm missing out on things because I don't give a damn?
What would you do if someone did that to you, Mike? Or if somebody tried?
I'm gonna scissor kick the shit out of them. That's what's gonna happen. You're not putting my legs up. I mean, here y'all go. No, it's not shenanigans. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. Craig. Man. This shit's, bro. This shit's. You missed laughing, bro. It got me, bro. Yeah, it is. Her laughing. That's my homie right here with
Wait, that. What's the Amazon position?
The Amazon position.
Greg said, don't put my legs
up, B. Don't put my fucking legs in the air. I tell everybody, yo, and especially if they trying to do the ankle reins or whatever, marketing them called, 6'7", you gotta stand up to do that shit to me anyway. So
Marcus said yes.
My son walked in the room and make sure to laugh too. Oh.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
She laughs at it. There's a chance that every episode she's going to have a serious laugh. So last week had her crying, and
yes.
It's funny when she snorts because she snorts every episode. I literally can't wait for at least 4 or 5 more episodes because I'm going to pull every single snort that she do and be like all of her snorts since we started.
I know. Somebody show me the Amazon. Wait, we'll know that. Wait, can I Google what's the Amazon position? Hold on.
All right, go do it, and you can show the people's. Show me the Amazon.
Hold please.
I don't even think I'm gonna like it now. This sounds like some big shit that's gonna target me.
Oh wait, somebody says try the Amazon search position. Hold on. You gonna show me a picture from the figure below? Where the figure below? I almost choked.
Wow, you found it?
Yep.
Last week had y'all all crying. I bet it did.
Okay, here's the Amazon. We're gonna have to put like some sort of age restriction on this bad
You
boy.
better what?
We have to put some sort of age restriction on this bad boy.
It is an age restriction. You got no kid coming for and see that.
Okay, cool. Okay, this is the Amazon. Mike, would you ever participate in the Amazon? Legs folded up, Mike.
Oh my God, I'm tired of y'all, yo. Exactly.
Oh, wait.
Sounds hot and sweaty, yo.
Mike.
Bounce back.
It's so crazy because I think I had someone say to me once that they wanted to, like, not with me in particular, like we were just having a general conversation. He said, "Tune it up, Mike."
Tune it up, Mike. Fuck out of here, man. Make sure you wipe it good beforehand. No. Y'all are annoying this shit. They're able to snort. Exactly.
I legitimately for you.
I'm jacking that. Oh man, that's crazy.
Time for you to get folded like a pretzel, my guy. Listen.
Nah. She's the captain.
You listen, you have submitted officially. You doing Amazon.
Freshly dry tongue.
Listen, you have fully submitted. If you up in this position right here, how helpless are you? The fact that you have to hold your wild.
That's a sour first, John.
But what I was saying is, I was talking to this guy. We weren't talking about doing it with each other, but he was talking. We were talking in general, having just a normal like conversation about sex. He mentioned wanting to try something like this, and I remember seeing it and being like,
"Big time zesty."
I remember thinking, your legs are gonna be up in the air.
You feel me? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? What does that have to do with me? Why am I the target of everybody who wants to flip Mike over now? I'm like, no, don't flip Mike over.
But in his mind, though, some men will like the Amazon. They want to throw their legs up.
This conversation is just targeting. At this point, it's targeting me.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of zest. I can't. Just a sprinkle of zest. Oh my gosh.
Legs are definitely too long for that. Definitely too long.
Literally, her legs are underneath his like bottom, so his butt is like scooped up in her legs. That's wild.
You just having a good old time, ain't you?
Oh man. Oh, the Amazon. Crazy.
So my overrated position is the Amazon. We're not doing that shit. It's overrated.
You don't know that yet. You won't know it until you try
there
it.
We go. We don't know that yet. I'm not doing it.
Don't knock it till you try it, Mike.
Oh
that God. Might be your next favorite position. Mike, you tried tantric. You can try anything. See, don't knock it till you try it.
You might smash my balls up in that shit. Like, I don't know, man. That's just fucking hurt.
Listen, here's why it doesn't work for me. I'm not knocking it because I don't know. It can be extremely pleasurable for someone. I personally don't want to dominate my partner.
Right.
That's why it doesn't work for me.
You don't want to dominate your partner?
No, I think it would almost be too submissive. You know what I mean? To me, that is not appealing to me. I don't want to dominate my partner in that way where he feels like, where it's like he's submissive and I'm just like, I don't want to be like, I tore it up. I don't want that to come from me. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be me saying that.
Right.
So that's why it doesn't work for me. However, I'm not saying it might not work for somebody else. I'm not. So yeah, I'm not. It's not that I'm scared to try it. It's just like for me personally, that's not what necessarily turns me on. Like I don't desire to dominate my partner in that way. And I do feel like it's a position that sort of like leans toward the man being in a more submissive space, you know, and the woman is in control. That is not a thing that turns me on. I mean, I like to be in control, but not in that kind of control. I feel like it's a very submissive space.
Right.
Man, you know what I mean? Hey, Tori, is it wild to pull out and eat? Why would that be wild?
Are you saying, is it wild to nut in it, pull out and eat it?
I think that's what he means. Or is that a judgy face, Mike?
It'd be wild for me. Tori!
A little too wild for you? Okay.
Tori! What's up? Glad you made it 50 years later. I'm just kidding. We only got like literally 13 minutes left.
He said no. That's not what he means. He just means like pulling out and going down.
Marcus comments is crazy. Boston cream. No, we don't cream. I don't know how to answer this shit, man. What y'all be doing in the bedroom? Not what you doing. Apparently.
No.
Listen, everybody has their things that they will take to the next level. It doesn't mean that I don't. It's like, listen, I don't know. It's like telling somebody to just, hey, try to lay on some thumbtacks, bro. It's a pleasure.
Just because it's taboo for us does not mean that it's not taboo for somebody else. Somebody else might love that.
Yeah, facts.
And each his own.
Bro, Boston cream. Yeah, that Boston cream. I know what Boston cream is, though, but I just don't want to do it. I'm good on it. No.
But I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Revocation possible. Listen, the man, he might be up for review. Is Mike?
It might be. It's me. I'm the person that's just up for review at this point. And I don't know if it's basic too much. I think basic is keeping it real chill and casual. But
and this is why I didn't drink.
That's crazy. I did a free class on 101. Yeah, because why didn't you drink? Wait a minute. Now I'm feel cheated.
No, so we all know how I get when I drink. One, if I'm like this not drinking, imagine me drinking a glass of wine. First of all you know is a glass of wine, Mike, and a bottle of water to balance it out so you're not drunk. We all know that for me, 2 glasses of wine is drunk. Why the balloons again?
Having fun with your update. Your update is
crazy. But we also know that I have no filter when I drink. And so that is the reason why I chose not to drink, so that I could.
Yeah, I'll go Amazon
before I speak.
Oh, that wine gone. That wine been gone. I drunk that. I'm doing that because of her. She ain't drinking it. At the perfect. Yes, it definitely came at the perfect time.
Never fails.
Definitely came at the perfect time. So, but all right. So I guess
Greg said he'll go Amazon before he indulges in the Boston cream.
Yeah, Boston cream is wild.
Oh, so you doing the bit? I can't. I'm weak. I can't.
He's an asshole, I swear.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good conversation. So before it's 8:56. Oh, that's right. We started a little late. So
what quarter are we in? Is that right? In the game? You don't know?
I ain't see it yet. They ain't pull it up yet. I've been peeking, but shut up, sorry. What the hell? I want to talk to you. Siri
nosy. She real nosy now.
She really is. Oh, what does
ask Siri Siri, will she answer what's the best sex position? I want to know what Siri says.
What's the best sex position? She said, I don't know how to respond to that. She straight shut it down. You're a good girl, Siri.
Excuse me?
Good girl, Siri.
Siri's like, pardon me? I don't answer those kinds of questions. I'm a virtuous woman.
What? Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
What did she say to you, Chris? Was she like, don't be asking me that?
She was just rude. I just tried. What did she say?
What did the majority say the best position was? I think most of us said missionary to some degree.
No, that was a part of our this is common sex positions. I'll jump into the world of other things later. All right, so okay. Number 19 is the magic bullet. What the fuck?
The Chip Skylark dental plan. What does that mean? First of all, who's Chip Skylark? And are you talking about me? And should I be offended? I'm trying to figure it out.
What is he missionary with a sheet between the people and a hole in it?
Wait, what?
She did that.
Who's Chip Skylark? Is he talking about me? And should I be offended? I got lots of questions.
Oh, I have no clue. I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't know who Chip is. Should I know Chip? Should I know Chip? Let me Google who he is.
He said you don't know who Chip. You don't know.
Chip.
You ever put the stick in while the lush is in? It's dangerous. What's the lush?
Wait, now I am. Why? First of all, hold on a second. First of all, let's just say this. I have been compared to several things that are caricatures. Mike, you compared me to Lunette the Clown. Now I'm being compared to this guy? This guy? This is wild.
Wait a minute. So why they compare you to him?
Yes.
What was he?
Someone said I had the Chip Skylark dental plan. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I get dissed every time.
Oh, he probably trying to say you got that good teeth. Because the teeth extra white and shiny.
Not Tori saying I do look like Lunette the Clown. I don't even know what to say.
Somebody told you look like her?
Yes.
Hold on. He's a cartoon.
It's obviously time for me to like exit.
With the perfect teeth. Yo, everybody. Yo, these comments, slow down, y'all. Slow down. Let me get to this shit. Chip is the pop singer for Fred.
This is crazy.
Everybody's saying the same thing. Mark is cracking the fuck up.
Oh man, I get told the craziest stuff. People just be saying anything. They call me anybody.
Tell her right. Thank you. But no, tell her how you took it. You said clown.
I look like a clown.
You didn't exactly. That's the part you got out of it.
She is a clown.
If you go back about 15 episodes, right? At this point, if you go back about not 10, maybe 10 episodes, because we've been doing this for a little while now. You will see that she had the makeup on and she had the rosy cheeks, and it was nice. It was real cute. She had the hair flowing. And somebody told her because she had the two puffs in her hair, yeah. I don't want to say it again because I ain't trying to get in trouble with you.
Thank you, Tori. But I've gotten compared to a clown, and now this random cartoon guy. I don't know how to feel. I feel like every time I go live, people knock me down a peg. It basically looked like Luna looked like the lion from The Wiz. Wait, did I get compared to a lion at some point? There it goes again. Mike, did you not compare me to some other cartoon? I can't remember. I think I've been compared to Scar once.
Scar?
Yes.
From The Lion King?
Yes. Ozzy did that. I feel like it never fails. My ego will never go that high. I promise y'all.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to show you this picture. It's not popping up properly. All right. Can you see this? You can't
No,
see
because
it.
of your green screen. It's your green screen.
I don't know. It's like okay. It say the magic. I'm doing this. I already count the ranks of the position. So who's Luna?
Luna is
like the clown. Might look like the lion from the Wiz.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
George's Lynette has the cutest cheeks, and that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. She took it to the part of the clown. Can I show Lynette again when she was busting it open for everybody?
This is crazy.
Lynette was almost at 11-1. Like, damn. See,
Listen.
that's the position. 1 o'clock.
Lynette is she's also showing us what might be the best position.
What's going to hurt is 10-2. That hurts. Like that's going to hurt somebody. Can't be doing that shit.
He said that's the first step to the Amazon. Oh man.
But damn, I was losing my train of thought. What I was going to say. Oh, let me run down these positions real quick. I got a couple minutes. So the magic bullet. It looks like missionary, but you're holding on to the ankles.
From below or up top.
Mm-hmm. It actually has ranking on feasibility, impressiveness, romanticness. What the fuck?
Are you holding? You gotta go
hold on to the ankles there. Yeah.
Wait, are you holding ankles from up here or from down here?
11-1. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Are you holding ankles from down here or up here?
No, the top of the ankle. I'm talking about the ankle.
But I mean, the ankles are up here though. By the. But her ankles are up here. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. So then we got doggy style number 18.
Hey, Caprina.
Caprina, your ass got. We got 3 minutes. Number 17, the cowgirl.
That's your favorite.
The cowgirl?
Well, that was the one that you said got you there quick.
Yeah. Number 15, standing up.
I don't know if I would like standing up.
Mm-hmm.
I got to balance.
What the fuck is this? Number 15, the speed bump. Let me read this to you. It can be difficult to coordinate and move around freely, but if accomplished, it's a uniquely awesome sensation. For who?
But what are we doing though?
The speed bump. Look
how are we speed bumping?
No, you're good. You're good. I just had to message real quick, Katrina. She said hi to everybody, and this is one of the funniest people on TikTok. She was on TikTok earlier. What were we talking about? I forgot what we were talking about, but she said something. That shit was hilarious. We whenever she go live, I jump in her lives all the time. So
you see Greg's coming.
Let me see. You ever have a chick pretend to squirt and she just yeah, standing up and flipping me over to eat my box.
Yeah.
The way it came off so strong, like it came off so strong, it was like so. It was another one. I've been places, y'all. I feel you, bro. Listen, Greg, you already know I've heard conversations about you. I've heard stories like from the friends. 14, one person on the bed, one person standing. The one that video that we was looking at.
Yeah,
that's number 14.
That's always a good one.
What the fuck is this? Number 13, both kind of. The name of the position is both kind of crouching.
We both kind of doing it?
Both kind of crouching. What does that mean? Okay. It's a good angle, but requires some serious pose. Or poise. I'm sorry, poise. Oh, number 12. The 60. That's my shit right there. It's fair, as in you're getting what you're giving, but you're also looking at each other's butthole.
Right. This is true. This is true.
This shit hilarious. Number 10, missionary. It ain't number 1, but it's whatever. It's very romantic though.
Yes.
8.
What's 68?
Completely crack it up. Listen, man, that shit is hilarious. Nick stay telling my business, bro. Listen, yeah,
What's the 68?
do a 68. I don't even want to know. I'm gonna see if it's on here. Number 9, spooning. Oh, the side.
The side does hit. It do.
That get the party started. That's when you start poking shit. You're like, oh. So it's time. Number 8, the squat. That's the one that the women do when they gotta get your mega needs up.
Right.
And in Marcus' case, he needs his mega needs to work too. So so he can do the Amazon. The Megan Thee Stallion. He said excellent thigh workout. That's what
it is.
Number 7, planking.
Planking? No. Wait, Greg, you think it's terrible in marriage to say, here, leave me alone? Mm-mm. That's the I'm giving you a hint because playing here.
I owe you one.
Pick the hint up. Yeah, that's the 68.
That's what's up. I like that. That's dope. That's dope.
That's not the here, leave me alone.
Oh, I mean, he married, so I guess he knows this. What's going on. Who scored? Jalen Hurts. That's what I'm talking about. He was beating that ass. Anyway, back to the game. He said my knees are. Whatever you say, big man. All right. What is this called? Yo, I'm gonna send you this. You gotta see the names of these things. Number 6 is called The Notebook, or the Ryan Gosling treatment.
Oh.
Hold each other because Grant. What the fuck is this?
Not in my house. I call it the pacifier.
Because gravity.
Riding him, choking him out.
Riding him and choking him out. Kaprina, you. As long as you honest about your shit. In my house, I call it the pacifier. This. Y'all wild. Number 5, shower. No, we've already agreed that need to be off the list.
Right.
That's called the death. That's what that should be called. Number 4, prop on the pillow. Like y'all was saying earlier, you prop the pillow up.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, reverse cowgirl. I'm not gonna lie, probably too much info. It's probably called the Gabby maker. But sitting face to face, hold each other for stability and love.
I get it.
And number 1, the chair.
The chair.
Sitting in a chair. Bounce.
Just make sure the chair got strong legs.
It definitely gotta have strong legs. Yeah, boot to the shower. We all. She said, if we married, you better get ready for me because there is no break time.
Right.
Yeah, boot to the
shower. Right.
Ironically, my firstborn was conceived in the shower.
That's crazy.
Right. That's what's up. So, that is it. So, all right, y'all, we have reached our time. At this point, sleep is a must for some of us. Gotta get up and be at work at 5 in the morning. But
you're not going to sleep. You're going to go watch that game.
Yeah, I'm probably going to watch the game. A little bit more of it. I ain't going to watch it all night. I'll talk shit tomorrow. Facts. But I want to thank everybody for coming through. We have time with this. We did our 2 hours. We got over 5 minutes, but it's okay because for everybody, I will always go over 20 minutes if I have to. So I'm glad. I feel like if we have more people in here, we wouldn't be able to shut the show off right away anyway.
True.
So, yeah, more people. But this is the first time me and her did a full show by ourselves. Or nobody's
You should, Greg. You should pop in.
Yeah, this was fun. I'm gonna have to hop on one. Oh yeah. You definitely can come through. So come through and have some fun with us. Yes, the chair or the couch. Yeah, man. Yeah. All that stuff is dope. Marcus, everybody, thank y'all for coming through. We got 9 people here. If y'all have a chance, the ones who haven't liked so far, just X out of it, hit the like. It just brings our numbers and stuff up. We really pushing to try to get some stuff going on here, and we've been having fun all day. I know, Caprina, it's okay. People work and people got things going on, so we will be back next week, of course, God willing.
Yes.
So a life willing, whichever one works for y'all. Oh, of course. Thank you for coming through, Craig. I'll be on your stuff too. Make sure, listen, my guy's going live. I'm be a judge in his tournament. My guy right here, Craig.
Okay.
A judge in his tournament. It's for you can kind of explain what it is. It's a tournament. It's some geek shit. So it's what we do over here. So I am live on my Twitch. Make sure y'all follow me on there if you haven't. Make sure that y'all, of course, man. Make sure you share out. Thank you for doing that too.
Thank you, Craig.
Look, Greg's still in horny mode. It don't even matter. Still sleep on my face. And yeah, I feel you. Of course. Thank you so much, Rachel, for coming through.
Good night, guys.
We are getting off of here. Please stop through. Like I said, like us, subscribe to us, do all that stuff, share it out to people. If y'all had suggestions on things y'all would like for us to talk about that y'all might have interest in, listen, hit our email. You can email us at we got questions at outlook.com. We got questions podcast
at outlook.com. Yep.
Outlook.com. Or
we got an email address, y'all.
Or just send us a message, honestly.
Right.
Send us a message say, hey, yo, I like this topic. Send me things that you think we'll like, because this conversation was just literally brewed from a Instagram post that I seen that a guy was demonstrating on his lady, so it was pretty dope and I liked it. Tapping No Capping, that's his podcast. Tapping No Capping.
Okay.
Pretty dope. Get a whole bunch of nerds together and talk about some fun stuff. But if y'all anybody interested in possibly doing their own podcast, hit us up. We'll help out with that one. So but outside of that, we're gonna get off of here. It's about that time. So I'm your host, your co-host, Mike Hennessy, Mr. Hennessy, and that is
Basic.
And we will see y'all again soon. All right.